Good day to you people. My name is Mohit, and today we'll be learning about the assets panel in Dreamweaver CS5. What's assets panel? What's it used for? Here lies the answer. Use the assets panel to manage images, movies, scripts and other files related to your website. Preview assets, filter assets by using the panel categories, locate assets embedded within a site, and organize assets by using folders and favorites. Okay, so this is the definition of assets panel in Dreamweaver. Let's do one thing. Let's start using it. We'll get a much better idea. So what do you get started now? I'm going to delete this note, and I'll be opening up one of my websites, which is adobe CS5.in, in for India, and I'll show you the assets panel which is associated with my website adobe CS5.in. Okay guys, so I've actually opened up the index.html page of my website adobe CS5.in, and then I'm going to go down to the, let's say, I just want the design view. I don't want the code view, at least not for this specific tutorial. That's the first change that I need to make, and I made it. Next, I need to open up the assets panel, and to do that I'll be clicking on window, and then I'll be going down to assets. This, guys, is the assets panel. Let me expand it. Okay, here goes. Just making the assets panel a little bigger for you so you can actually see. In the assets panel, guys, there are certain categories. The first category right on the top is images. Then we have colors, URLs, and then we have SWFs. Then we have shockwave files, movies, scripts, templates, and right at the end of the bottom is library items. Guys, all the files that you see here in the assets panel under the category images are the images situated in my root site folder, where all the images of my project are put up. So all the images inside the local site folder, it can be images in a folder within folders, does not matter. It'll still pick up all the images and show up in the assets panel. And right now the images category is open. Guys, notice as I go on clicking on these images, I do get to see a preview as well here on the top. So also I get to see the dimension. For example, 1.png has a dimension of 160 by 120 pixels. I also get to see the size. I also get to see the type of the image. It's a PNG image. And I also get to see the path where the image is located. That's a very good deal. And if I need to use, let's say, any specific image, all I need to do is just pick that image up and drop it onto my site. That's very cool. Let's check the category just below that, which is colors. And guys, if you notice in the assets panel, I get to see all the colors and their hex codes that have been used on my website. Let's say guys, I like one specific color, and I want to make it my favorite color. I can just right click and say add to favorites, I get a pop-up which says the selected assets have been added to this site's favorites list. To view the favorites list, choose favorites at the top of the assets panel. Here you have site colors and you have favorite colors. Okay, so it's telling me that to check the favorite colors you'll need to just select the favorites. That's fine. I want to say OK, and if I want to check the favorite color, all I need to do is just select this radio button, and here is my favorite color. Guys, if I want, I can give it a nickname. That's cool. So I'll call it my green, or let me call it my_green. That'll make it easier to remember. So whenever you move an image to favorites, or when you move a color to favorites, you can actually give it a nickname. That's very cool. Let me get back to the site view, coming off the favorites view, and check some of the categories as well. Below the images category we have the colors category, and below the colors category we have the URLs category. Let me check that. Okay, so basically all the URLs that are associated with my website, http://adobe CS5 are listed here. Second link, third URL, fourth URL, fifth URL, sixth URL, seventh, eighth, so on and so forth. And here's a big list of all the URLs that are being used on my website. Very, very cool. Just below that I have a SWF category, and this shows, guys, all the Swift files that are being used on my website, adobe cs5.in. and if you need to play any of these SWFs, then there's a cool button out here. I just need to click that and it will start, it will initiate the SWF, it will play the SWF. I can click the stop button now and move on to the next URL. Let me click the play button now. Oh, let's check this SWF out. That's very nice. So I get a very nice preview of all the SWFs that are associated with my local site folder or my website. All the SWFs, all the URLs, all the colors, and all the images that are a part of my website are listed here. They may or may not be a part of the website, but they surely are a part of my local site folder, guys. And if I need to use any of these SWFs, for example this play, pause, stop button, I just need to drag and drop it out here. That's very, very cool. Just below that we have the shockwave category. Since Adobe CS5 does not use any shockwave files, it's empty. I don't use any movies for my site, Adobe CS5, it's empty as well. Below that I have the scripts category. If I click on that, all the JavaScripts that I've used are listed here. That's again a very cool feature. Just below the JavaScripts, guys, we have templates. I have not used any templates with Adobe CS5, it's empty as well. And below that we have library items. Since I've not used any library items, it's empty as well. But guys, assets panel is a very good way of checking all your assets, image assets, colors. You can specify or move certain images or colors to your favorites, and that makes working very easy. That makes organizing very easy. I can move, let's say, let me move this specific image to my favorite. I can either right click and say add to favorites, or I can click here at the bottom where we see this plus sign and move this image to my assets or the favorites. Once it's there in my favorites, the specific image, I can give it a nickname, and that makes it very easy to understand what the image is all about. Just a drag and a drop, and I can use the image in my site as Adobe CS5. So guys, assets panel in Dreamweaver is a very useful tool. Guys, I hope you learned something good today, useful. You'll implement it with your project. I'll see you next time with yet another tutorial on Adobe CS5, Dreamweaver, Flash, ActionScript 3 or Fireworks. Ciao, bye bye.